I've enjoyed this. So first of all, thank you for having the candidates here. Having an opportunity to always speak to the community is very important to me, whether I'm here as a candidate, whether I'm a mother, or whether I'm in my attorney role. I always like to engage with the public. So I thank all of you who are also joining on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I can't see that far. Wherever it is, YouTube, okay. My name is Risa Lanier, and I am running for judge in the 19th sub-circuit. So I am in a sub-circuit race, which means that only the people who live in my sub-circuit will be able to vote for me. So if you live in the Beverly, Morgan Park, Mount Greenwood, Evergreen Park, Chicago Ridge, Oak Lawn, Worth, Hometown, any of those Paloses, Palos Park, Palos Heights, Palos Hills, if you live in any of those areas, Marionette Park, Alsip, a little bit of Crestwood, and a little bit of Blue Island, if you live anywhere there, if you have friends, family members, co-workers, whomever live in that area, tell them to punch 162. You know what to do. 162, you know what to do. I have been a lawyer for 24 years. As a matter of fact, I just celebrated my 24th year at the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, where I've been practicing criminal law as a criminal prosecutor for 24 years for the entirety of my career. Now, I understand the audience that I'm speaking to, and it's always interesting as a Black woman who grew up in Chicago to stand up and talk about why I have been a prosecutor for 24 years as opposed to a defense attorney or anything like that. So one thing that I always want people to remember is what the job of a prosecutor is and the immense power that prosecutors have. We have the ability to say yes, bring a case into the system, or to say no, we will not take that case. We have the ability to give someone jail time or to recommend jail time, or the ability to recommend a diversionary sentence where if you complete it, you will not have a conviction on your record. We have the ability to charge the highest class charge or drop it down to the lowest class charge or drop the case altogether, and there's nothing that a judge can do about it because the cases that come into the criminal system belong to the prosecutor. We are the one who bring the charges. We are the one that makes those decisions. And so I shouldn't have to tell any of you then why it is important to see people from our communities who represent the majority of the litigants, who look like the majority of the litigants that come into criminal court, why you need to see them in the prosecutor's office. Because we have a unique perspective. And I know one of the questions will be, where did you grow up? I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in Roseland. And the majority of the people that come into court look like me, whether they are defendants, whether they are victims. And so it's been extremely important in my career to approach this job with integrity, to approach it with fairness, and to make sure that we are approaching it with equity as well. I started out as at the first level at the prosecutor's office. Over the past 24 years, I have risen up to the highest position in this office that you can be without being the elected official. I am Kim Fox's number 2, which means I run the operations of the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, which means that I have the ability to train other ASAs and the ability to train them to use their discretion in a way that ensures an equitable outcome in all of the cases that come before us. We talk about this word justice. Justice means something different depending on who you are in the system. And so as prosecutors, we have to be cognizant that justice is this ever-changing amorphous term, and that no matter what we do is for the best of not only the litigants, not only for the best of the victims, but also what's best for the communities that we serve, and that also includes the defendants. So now I want to take all of that experience, I want to take all of those values, I want to take all of my leadership ability from the courtroom as an attorney to then be a judge. well, I will apply those same values and that same experience, same life experience, and those same ethics to every single litigant that comes before me. Now, I'm not just a judge. I'm also a mother. I'm raising 2 Black men in the city of Chicago, and that means something to me. Because at the end of the day, no matter what position I hold, no matter how much power I have, my 2 children will still be Black men in America. And it is important for me that they see people who look like them on the bench, people who understand their unique challenges and their unique circumstances, and that can relate to how they are growing up in America today. And I say that not to say that I will rule any way on any particular case, because I will always follow the law, but it's also important to have judges who have a connection and proximity to the communities that we serve, because we do understand those challenges. And so I'm running in a sub-circuit, by the way, that has never elected a minority, even though we make up 30% of the vote. And so I have a hard road in front of me. But the reason why sub-circuits were created was to make sure that the community and the people in the community can see people from their own neighborhoods on the bench who understand the challenges in their community. And so I'm running again. I am 162 if you are in the 19th sub-circuit, or if you have friends in the 19th sub-circuit, encourage them to vote for me. And if you don't remember my punch number or my name, I'm number 2 on the ballot.